Greetings and welcome back to the Skunts. The Skunt topic we will be discussing today is Guyana's repetition on the international stage. Not the PPP's repetition or the PNC's repetition, Guyana's repetition, and why we need to get to the bottom of the allegations made against not Jagdio alone, but Guyana in a documentary that was seen all across the world by millions of people. Pick the intro quick and let's get to it.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you go, what?
Before we get started, let's just do the usual housekeeping. Give this video a like before you forget. And if you're new to the Skunts, welcome. Press that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you can keep up with the truth. Now let's jump into it without further delay. An international anti-corruption watchdog group that calls themselves Transparency International is an organization that works to expose the systems and networks that enable corruption to thrive. Kinda like Guyana Uncut, but global and without the entertainment skunts. One of their most interesting feature is the Corruption Perception Index, or CPI. The CPI is the most widely used global corruption ranking in the world. It measures how corrupt each country's public sector is perceived to be. A country's score on this index is the perceived level of public sector corruption on a scale of 0 to 100. 0 means highly corrupt, and 100 means very clean. As of 2020, Guyana's ranking on Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index was 41. When the 2021 report came out, Guyana had dropped 2 points. Anyone remembers what happened in 2020? Correct. Elections. Why did our score drop 2 points when the PPP came back into government? If there are any experts willing to answer this in the comments, you're welcome to do so. As for Jagdio, he was asked about this when the reporter from Vice News was interviewing him. And like any good Guyanese thieving politician, he pulled out the race card and deflected.
This is like a blackness index. The darker you are, the lower you are on the index.
So, Mr. Jagdio, do you have a problem with corruption within your government? It's cause we black. That statement about the blacker you are, the lower you are on the index is inherently false. But this is the nature of Jagdio and by extension the PPP executive. I'll prove it to you. If it's a blackness thing, why Barbados is ranked 65, nearly 2 times higher than Guyana? So you're telling me it's a blackness thing and countries like Rwanda and Ghana are still perceived to be less corrupt than Guyana? Some of y'all sit down and take everything Jagdio tell y'all at face value. The man is a sophisticated politician. Now you may be asking, why am I so concerned with this story still? Vice came and exposed, Jagdio say his lie and clap a lawsuit ensue, and the bucket bend and the story end, right? Well, not as long as I'm around mother scunt. We will need to get to the bottom of this. It is concerning to me because it's not Jagdio's name on the Corruption Perception Index. And that Vice News documentary that was seen over 1.4 million times is not only hurting Jagdio's reputation, but also Guyana's. Most of the people who have watched that video do not give 2 skunts about Jagdio, but they will leave with a bad impression of Guyana. And I don't know how patriotic you are, but I'm deeply hurt by those revelations. We all feel the corruption in this country, but it's often difficult to prove. Objectively speaking, if we were to remove all the unprovables from the equation and consider just for a moment that Vice News would have had to get a tip about what's going on here, likely from someone inside Jagdio's camp, to decide that it was worth the time and resources to come here and investigate. That's one thing. Either one of these gentlemen is lying. It's either Sue is a con man and was falsely pretending to be Jagdio's agent. And if you believe that, then you would be left wondering how did he get access to Jagdio's house? And why was he able to fulfill all the promises made to the undercover investor? Or even worse, Jagdio is guilty and is selling Guyana out to the Chinese. If Sue is guilty, then we need to find him and drop 2 hot-knuckling Chinese skunt, then send him to jail. If Jagdio is guilty, his skunt needs to go to jail. The undisputable fact of the matter is, one of them is guilty, and there needs to be an investigation into these 2 BFFs.
What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su. Oh, Su. My relationship? Su. Oh, Su. Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, yes, he is a friend of ours. Su. Oh, Su.
Friends don't throw friends under the bus. FBI, Interpol, are you come watch Skunty in Guyana? Yo, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of the lies. The other day, I was seeing a flyer comparing Suriname's oil deal to Guyana's oil deal. By the time I start fact checking, this flyer started circulating that seemed to be countering what was previously posted. Y'all help me out here. Who really trying to sell we dreams? Are these figures accurate? Let this discussion continue in the comments. And before you go, I want to give a quick shout out to our affiliate company, uncutnews.co. If you want news that you can trust besides me, head over there. And if you're interested in becoming an advertising partner, call or WhatsApp 609-1581. Yo, my name is Mudwata. Boom out!
Hold up.